All right, so our last example for this section is going to be on the rearrangement of series. And this is dependent upon whether or not a series conditionally converges or absolutely converges. So if we have an absolutely convergent series, then it doesn't matter what order you put the terms in, it's always going to come out to be the same sum. And if you have a conditionally convergent series, then you can do very weird math voodoo and give a different sum for the same problem. So, for example, the last example, we have the alternating harmonic series, which we know converges to the natural log of 2. But we can actually rearrange this in the following way. So I'm going to write out a little bit. Let's see what we can do. So I'm going to, like here we have plus minus plus minus. That's the structure here. I'm going to rearrange mine in a plus minus minus, plus minus minus, plus minus minus, where these ones are going to be my odd denominators, and these ones are going to be even denominators. So I'm still going to have all of my odds and all of my evens, just like up here I have odd, even, etc., and so on. I'm just rearranging them. That's all I'm doing. So that is done in the following way. So I could do 1 minus a half minus a fourth, right? So that's the first odd, and then the first two evens. Then I have the second odd, which is a third, and the next two evens, which is going to be a sixth and an eighth. And I'm going to have the third odd, which is a fifth, minus the next two evens, which is a 10th and a 12th. And so on like that. So if I were to kind of group this, so now what I want to do is I'm going to group it like just the first two of each triple. So then I'm going to simplify those first pairs. So 1 minus a half is just a half. A third minus the sixth is a sixth. And then a fifth minus a 10th is a 10th. Etc. and so on. And then the next step here is then to factor out a 1/2. So if I take a 1/2, then I'll have it 1 minus a half plus a third minus a fourth plus a fifth minus a sixth, etc. and so on. And this is actually the same form as our original series. So we're going to end up with 1/2 times the alternating harmonic series from 1 to infinity. And we know that that series equals the natural log of 2. So I get 1/2 times the natural log of 2. So that is a rearrangement of a conditionally convergent series.